Welcome! Today, we're diving into the process of tracking an application from the very beginning to the final decision. Whether you're applying for a job, a loan, or a university program, understanding how to monitor your application's progress can help reduce anxiety and keep you informed. In this video, we'll break down each step, highlight useful tools, and share tips to make sure you never miss an update. Let's start by looking at why tracking your application matters and what benefits it brings to your overall experience. Tracking your application is more than just checking a status. It's about staying proactive and prepared for each stage. By monitoring your progress, you can respond quickly to requests for additional information, spot any delays, and plan your next steps. This approach not only keeps you organized, but also shows your commitment to the process. Let's explore the main reasons why tracking is essential and how it can give you peace of mind throughout your journey. Applications come in many forms: job applications, university admissions, loans, grants, and more. Each type may have its own tracking system, but the core principles remain the same. Understanding the type of application you're dealing with helps you know what to expect and which tools to use. In this scene, we'll briefly outline the most common application types and the typical tracking methods associated with each. Before you can track your application, it's important to gather all the relevant details. This includes your application ID, submission date, and any confirmation emails or reference numbers. Keeping this information organized will make it much easier to check your status later on. Let's talk about the best ways to collect and store these details so you're always ready when you need to follow up. Once you've submitted your application, the tracking process begins. Most organizations provide an online portal or email updates to keep you informed. It's important to familiarize yourself with the tracking system used by the organization. In this scene, we'll explain how these systems typically work and what kind of updates you can expect along the way. Many organizations use online portals to help applicants track their progress. These portals usually require you to log in with your credentials and provide real-time updates on your application status. You might see stages like received, under review, or decision made. Let's walk through the typical features of an online application portal and how to make the most of them. Besides online portals, email notifications are a common way to stay updated. Organizations often send emails at key stages, such as when your application is received, when it moves to review, or when a decision is made. Make sure to check your inbox regularly and keep an eye on your spam folder, just in case important updates get filtered out. Some organizations offer phone or SMS updates for application tracking. This can be especially helpful if you're on the go and want instant notifications. Make sure your contact information is up to date and that you've opted in for these alerts if they're available. Let's look at how phone and SMS updates work and what you should expect. If an organization doesn't offer digital tracking, you may need to track your application manually. This could involve calling customer service, sending emails, or keeping a personal log of your interactions. While this method can be more time-consuming, it's still effective if you stay organized and persistent. Let's discuss the best practices for manual tracking. One of the most effective manual tracking tools is a spreadsheet. You can create columns for application type, submission date, reference number, status, and follow-up actions. This allows you to see all your applications at a glance and update information as you receive new updates. Let's walk through how to set up a simple tracking spreadsheet. Every application goes through several key stages, from submission to final decision. Understanding these stages helps you know what to expect and when to check for updates. In this scene, we'll outline the typical stages and what each one means for your application's progress. The first stage is submission. This is when you complete your application and send it to the organization. You'll usually receive a confirmation email or message with a reference number. It's important to save this information as you'll need it for tracking your application later. After submission, your application enters the initial review stage. Here, the organization checks if all required documents are included and if the application meets basic criteria. If anything is missing, you may be contacted to provide additional information. This stage is crucial, as incomplete applications can be delayed or rejected. Once your application passes the initial review, it moves to detailed evaluation. At this point, experts or committees assess your qualifications, experience, or eligibility. This stage may take some time, depending on the complexity of the application and the number of applicants. Regularly check for updates during this period. The decision stage is when the organization makes a final call on your application. You'll receive a notification, usually by email or through the portal, letting you know whether your application was approved, rejected, or if more information is needed. Be sure to read the decision carefully and follow any next steps provided. After a decision is made, there may be additional steps to take. For approved applications, you might need to submit further documents or complete onboarding. If rejected, You may have the option to appeal or reapply. Tracking doesn't end with the decision. It's important to stay on top of any post-decision requirements. There are many tools available to help you track your application. From built-in online portals to third-party apps and spreadsheets, choosing the right tool depends on your needs and the organization's system. Let's compare some of the most popular tracking tools and their features. Most organizations now offer built-in tracking portals. These platforms are designed to give you real-time updates, allow document uploads, and provide a secure way to communicate with the organization. Familiarize yourself with the portal's layout and features to make the most of it. Some people prefer using third-party apps to track multiple applications in one place. These apps can send reminders, organize documents, and even sync with your calendar. However, always ensure the app is secure and respects your privacy before entering sensitive information. If you prefer a hands-on approach, spreadsheet templates are a great way to track your applications. You can customize columns, set reminders, and keep everything in one file. This method is especially useful if you're managing several applications at once. Integrating your application tracking with a digital calendar can help you remember important deadlines and follow updates. Many portals and apps offer calendar sync features, making it easy to stay on top of your application timeline. Reminders are essential for keeping track of deadlines, interviews, or additional document requests. Use your phone, email, or tracking app to set up alerts so you never miss an important update. Consistent reminders help you stay proactive and organized. Sometimes, you may need to follow up with the organization if you haven't received an update in a while. Knowing when and how to follow up is key. Be polite, concise, and reference your application details. This shows professionalism and keeps your application on their radar. A well-crafted follow-up email can make a difference. Start by greeting the recipient, mention your application reference number, and politely ask for an update. Thank them for their time and express your continued interest. Keeping your message brief and professional is always best. Delays can happen for many reasons: high volume of applications, missing documents, or internal reviews. If you notice your application is taking longer than expected, check for any requests from the organization and follow up if needed. Patience and persistence are key during this stage. Sometimes, organizations may request more information or documents. Respond as quickly as possible and ensure your submission is complete. This helps keep your application moving forward and shows your attention to detail. If you're applying to several places at once, tracking becomes even more important. Use color coding, separate folders, or dedicated apps to keep each application organized. This prevents confusion and ensures you never miss a deadline or update. Keeping your documents organized is crucial for efficient tracking. Create digital folders for each application, label files clearly, and back up important documents. This makes it easy to find what you need when responding to requests or checking your status. A communication log helps you track all interactions with the organization. Record dates, names, and details of each conversation or email. This log can be invaluable if you need to reference past discussions or clarify misunderstandings. Status updates can sometimes be confusing. Terms like in progress, under review, or pending may mean different things depending on the organization. Take time to understand what each status means so you can interpret updates correctly and know when to take action. If your application is stuck for an unusually long time or you're not receiving responses, it may be time to escalate. Contact a supervisor or use official escalation channels. Always remain polite and provide all relevant details to help resolve the issue quickly. When tracking applications, you'll often share personal information. Make sure you're using secure websites and apps, and never share sensitive details over unsecured channels. Protecting your data is essential throughout the tracking process. Technical issues can sometimes prevent you from accessing tracking portals or receiving updates. If you encounter problems, try basic troubleshooting steps like clearing your browser cache or checking your internet connection. If issues persist, contact the organization's support team for help. Always make sure your contact information is current. If you change your phone number or email address, update it in all relevant portals and with the organization. This ensures you receive all important notifications without delay. Many organizations now offer mobile apps or mobile-friendly portals for tracking applications. These options make it easy to check your status, upload documents, and receive notifications wherever you are. Let's explore the benefits of mobile tracking. Enabling notifications and alerts on your devices ensures you never miss an important update. Customize your notification settings to receive alerts for new messages, status changes, or document requests. Staying alert keeps you one step ahead in the application process. Every application process has its own timeline. Some decisions are made in days, while others can take weeks or months. Understanding the typical timeline helps set realistic expectations and reduces unnecessary stress while waiting for updates. It's natural to feel anxious while waiting for a decision. Managing your expectations by understanding the process and timeline can help you stay calm. Focus on what you can control, like preparing documents or following up, rather than worrying about things outside your influence. Once you receive a decision, review the outcome carefully. If approved, follow the next steps provided by the organization. If rejected, consider asking for feedback or exploring other opportunities. Remember, every application is a learning experience. Regardless of the outcome, take time to reflect on the application process. What worked well? What could you improve next time? Keeping notes on your experience will help you refine your approach for future applications and increase your chances of success. If you apply regularly, develop a long-term organization system. Use cloud storage, regular backups, and consistent naming conventions for your files. This makes it easy to access past applications and track your progress over time. Don't hesitate to seek support if you're struggling with the application process. Reach out to friends, mentors, or professional advisors for guidance. Many organizations also offer help desks or support lines to assist applicants. The application process can be challenging, but maintaining a positive attitude makes a big difference. Celebrate small wins, learn from setbacks, and remember that persistence pays off. Your efforts will bring you closer to your goals. Let's recap the key steps for tracking an application from start to finish. Gather your details, use tracking tools, stay organized, follow up when needed, and protect your information. By following these steps, you'll navigate the process with confidence and clarity. Tracking your application from start to finish doesn't have to be overwhelming. With the right tools and strategies, you can stay informed, organized, and proactive every step of the way. Remember, each application is a step toward your goals. Good luck on your journey.